Welcome to Private Banking Strategies Podcast with Vance, Lowe, and Seth Hicks, your secret weapon to protect your assets and never have to start over financially again. Vance and Seth help high net worth individuals, families, business owners, and investors structure an asset-protected, tax-free fortress for their families. Learn how to keep what you earn and use the velocity of money to create your own private banking system. Join us on this journey as we explore the secret strategies of the rich and political elite and help you take total control of your financial security. Now, on to the show.
Hello and welcome to Private Banking Strategies Podcast with Seth Hicks and Vance Lowe. Vance, how are you?
I'm doing great. I'm looking forward to our next podcast here.
Absolutely. Today we're going to talk about the first 90 days with private banking strategies. Kind of dive into a beginner's roadmap and how we build. And I'm going to be interviewing you as you help people begin this journey. And of course, we do all this at no cost to folks and prospects. They get to take their test runs with us at absolutely no cost. So can you begin to walk our audience through how to get started?
Normally, Seth, people come in and are referred to our website. You could probably explain that a little bit better, how people are led through referrals or whatever else. But they kind of follow a pattern there at the website. There's things they can do. You can tell them one of the things we have is a book that they can find out about us and get a good flavor of what this is all about, because money turns out to be something different than what we think it is. We all think we have a knowledge. Nelson Nash, who's the author of The Infinite Banking, calls it the arrival syndrome. It's not so much what we don't know that hurts us, it's what we think we know that's incorrect. One of the first things we do is we introduce what money really is and how it really works. So through the process of looking at our website, and we encourage anybody to go there because everything on there is no cost, great, perfect, good education. You can follow that up through the Nelson Nash Institute for background checks on us or whatever. But most people have a little bit of an understanding of this concept and are looking now to see what it looks like in their life.
On the website, you can learn about the philosophy and, as you described it, how money really works, and re-educating folks as to systems, and let's call it programs that they've downloaded and they've operated under perhaps for decades, generations, perhaps for multiple generations. And the way that they're thinking about money is entirely wrong. And not only is it entirely wrong, but there are laws in place which highly benefit banking through life insurance contracts. So there are major philosophical shifts and mechanics and what I would say is architecture or the programs that people are running financially that will change their entire psychology of how money works.
One of the reasons I really love this, Seth, is that it's like being in a dark tunnel and you're all ready to come out in the light. And what people appreciate is, oh, now I see. Oh, now I understand. And it's kind of about what the herd mentality has done to us. They've kind of dummied down the people. We don't have the education we once had at our fingertips about money. And once they start getting that, it's just like our minds are sponges. They just soak this stuff up and there's no gap. There's no stretch of your imagination. It's just ABC. And it's the math, 2 + 2 does equal 4, So it's very refreshing. It's easy to understand. It all of a sudden becomes exciting, encouraging to learn this stuff. So I think when they get there, we have an offer to meet with me, which is that exploratory phone call. And that's a personal one-on-one phone call with me where we get to talk. And this is where I have a lot of fun with people because I love meeting new people. I love to hear their situation and laugh or cry, whatever the situation is. Some people come and they're absolutely embarrassed because of their financial situation. The other ones are overwhelmed because they have a huge windfall coming in. They're just tired of the system. They can't get ahead. Whatever your reason is, this strategy works. So we do that exploratory. And people start to understand. I lay out a timeline. We talk about their assets. We talk about your debt, and we'll find out where your head is and your education is on the strategy in this meeting.
And that's where you can really begin to measure how much they've digested, how much they really understand about some of the content. And that's another reason that we have such a robust educational website. Folks, there's over, I think now 165 podcasts, and every week we release another one. You can search those on the website according to subject matter. If you're an ultra high net worth person, there's content that's addressed to you. For someone who's overwhelmed with credit card debt, there's content for you. And you can really self educate. As you do those exercises, you'll begin to see the light at the end of the tunnel, like you described. And in that exploratory call, I think you can really see if someone's psychology, if they're getting it, if they want to get it, and exactly how to help them get there.
You'll probably pay more doing it on your own than you'll do setting it up through us, actually, because there's virtually no cost involved out of your pockets to receive the education and go forward. You're still going to execute the plan, you're going to capitalize, you're going to do all that according to your comfort levels. One of the first education check marks is if they know enough about where we're going to start, because this whole program, this whole strategy is taught to people over like a 12-year period of time. Back in the days when it was real and live and in our education systems. Today, we've had to shorten that quite a bit. So we teach people very intensely. We record things, we send them the recordings so that as their mind, as their brain starts catching up and starts asking questions, they already have the answers to them. So the books, our book, and we'll talk about that a little more. I always recommend Nelson Nash's book, Becoming Your Own Banker, because there's things in that book that are timeless. The numbers might be a little bit outdated because, it's almost 50-year-old book, but the concepts are timeless. The laws showing you how to switch from never spending principal again to using your principal and getting it back. The 5 money laws are all there. In that exploratory, we recommend that you read the book. And you know what, Seth? Many times, I'd say a third of the time, when people are in this exploratory, they tell me right off the bat, we're sold, we're in. What do we do next? Just keep going. So I've already got the book. I've already read Nelson Nash's book. It was referred to me by one of our other clients. So we're a little bit ahead of the game and we'll go as quick as we can, but we want to cover all the bases so that there's not a gap that'll come back to bite us.
Did that story feel like it was about you? Do you feel like you are generating a lot of revenue, but are not moving forward as fast as you would like? Do you feel you should be making more progress toward your financial goals? Do you feel stuck? Let us help you get unstuck. Are you ready to take action and get your own private bank? Please visit us at www.privatebankingstrategies.com.
So in that exploratory, you come away with a timeline of how long this will take you, and we're going to prepare what's called a test drive. We're going to actually use your numbers, your life, and show you what can happen. Middle of the road. It's not going to be a stretch, and it's not going to be minimalist. It's right dead center on something we know that'll work. And we'll show you month by month over an 8-year analysis just exactly what happens. And this is what really blows people away, but then the numbers are there. There's no stretches. There's no leaps of faith. It's all mechanical. Oh man, all I have to do is this. Oh, I see. If I take the money and do this, then I get that payment here. And now I get to reuse money. And so all of a sudden they really start seeing something totally different that they've never done in their lives. People have never used dollars over again. They've only had a chance to use it once. How's life going to change for people when they realize that they don't have to spend the principal, that they can use it and get it back?
That's when they understand how the mechanics begin to work and they can identify opportunities to recapture money that comes under their control. And I think that's one of the initial red pill issues is the pillar velocity of money and being able to use money that comes under your control over and over again. People don't believe that, can't see it. Once I use $1, it's spent, it's gone. not when you use private banking strategies. So as they listen to content in our podcast, read our blog articles, it explains the systems. They can mirror their goals and their roadmap to optimize their financial opportunities in life within private banking strategies. We've had folks say this is the clearest financial application for money that I've ever seen. You have that light bulb moment with folks over and over again in this first exploratory call process and 90-day process.
One of the things that I think are refreshing for people, and they really get it, is that they don't have to give up control of their assets, their money. We tell them right up front, the only time I get to play with your assets is going to be in this test drive. I'm going to make the choices for you because you don't know how to run it yet. So I'm going to set it up. I'm going to choose what we're going to use. And then when you really know what you're doing, we'll come back, correct everything, and make a plan exactly the way you want to do it. So I think that's a refreshing part of the process as well. It's hands-on. They don't lose control. They don't need to rely on experts' opinions. They'll never need another expert when it comes to money again. They don't need a stockbroker. They don't need a financial planner. They don't need an investment advisor because they will outperform anything they can come across in this banking strategy.
So after this first, we'll call it 90-day process, some folks can make it through this in just a matter of weeks if they're going through the to-do things. But when they've provided their numbers and you've put those into the systems that we use to plan out who gets paid, how it gets paid, what does that look like? What do people get when they're done with that process with you?
Once they've gone through the process and we've made the presentation, each presentation is recorded and sent to them, and they start building their own personal library of information. We're not in here trying to sell a product. We're in here trying to set up a strategy and put the banking equation back in people's lives. The banking equation is not the way we think most people think it is, where you deposit your money in a bank and they just take care of it. That's not the way it should have been. That's not what money was intended for. It's totally different. So we do an 8-year analysis and we set up the expenses. We set up the assets. We don't touch them. We just categorize everything. And then we pick and choose what we're going to wake up and put to work. People need to appreciate what that means. Most people think that their assets, their stock portfolios, mutual funds, 401ks, this is all money out working for them. Folks, it's not. The best way to explain it is not working for you at all. The only people money works for are the people who control the money. So if you give your money to a mutual fund, that mutual fund has control of your money. If you give it to the 401k people and they split it between those people, make the choices and all the growth. In other words, I liken investments can, and normally in an active, healthy market, can double every 2.5 to 5 years. The mutual funds, all the different accounts where people are actually using the money and running business and producing, they produce a lot of money. Then they subtract expenses and then they go through making their own profit. And because it's your money, you're the investor. You get to take all the risk and they're going to pay you as little as they can get away with. Even if it's in a contract, it would be the minimum they think you can accept. But if you control the money, and we can show you, in your plan just how fast that money will double. So it's a difference of night and day. So we want to be able to share that with you so that you can see you don't have to work harder at all. As a matter of fact, probably won't even change your monthly expense habits. Life will not change.
And that's what people begin to catch when they implement the processes. And once you've actually got the roadmap and the blueprint, we call it somewhat like watching paint dry on the wall. It's not exciting. You need to reevaluate and continue to adjust, but it's accounting and making payments in the right places and understanding this strategy. So folks, if this is something that is interesting you and you want to hear more, you want to hear more podcasts, you want to read more content, go to our website, privatebankingstrategies.com. And at privatebankingstrategies.com, you'll have the opportunity to get the book that Vance mentioned, Secrets the Banks Don't Want You to Know. And put in your name and email, and we'll make that book immediately available in PDF and audio versions that you can listen to it on the go or read it. But more importantly, you'll have access to Vance's calendar through the emails that we send. We'll give you weekly updates of our new podcast, and Vance's calendar is in that email. And you can schedule an exploratory call and go through this 90-day process that we've described. Vance, any closing remarks?
No, we just want to encourage and invite you to improve your money situation. Money, you don't have to work harder to get more money. You just need to get your money to work hard for you.
That's right. Thanks for joining us, folks. Hope to see you on the next one. Bye for now.
Bye-bye.
Did that story feel like it was about you? Do you feel you should be making more progress toward your financial goals? Do you feel stuck? Let us help you get unstuck. Are you ready to take action and get your own private bank? Please visit us at www.privatebankingstrategies.com.
Thank you for listening to the Private Banking Strategies Podcast. Click the subscribe button below to be notified when new episodes become available.